Y'all, we got the devil so angry and upset right now. There is a Bible verse that this reminded me of. It says something to the nature of woe. This is like an angel speaking. He was saying, woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, because the devil hath come down unto you having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. And it reminded me of that Bible verse, the thing that God had showed me. So while I was praying earlier, I had just a small vision that God gave me, a very small vision. And so I'm going to use different wording because I don't know how much YouTube would let me say without flagging my video. But in this vision, it was just like a very small piece of a vision that God gave me of a hand. There was a hand holding an object that cuts a steak, okay, or cuts your chicken. And in this vision, the hand shoved the object inside somebody's side, right? It reminded me of two things. The very first thing that it reminded me of is when, actually, this is the second thing it reminded me of, but I'm going to say this one first because it matters the most. It reminded me of in the Bible when Jesus was getting crucified, when that soldier shoved that sword in his side, in Jesus's side. That was the thing that it reminded me of second, although it should have came first because that's the one that matters the most. But the very first thing that this vision looked like, because I think it reminded me of this first because of the way it looked. It didn't look like a sword. It looks more of a sharp object to cut steak with. And so it reminded me of, I don't know if all of you guys have seen Disney's animated Beauty and the Beast. So not like those newer ones that they come out with, like the live action ones, but the original Disney movie Beauty and the Beast. I'm assuming at least 99% of you guys have seen that already. But for those of you who haven't, there is a part in the movie where a man whose name is Gaston, he is the one who wanted Belle, but he was very arrogant. He had a huge ego. He was disgusting. Belle wanted nothing to do with him. And he was fighting the beast. And they were up at a very high level on the beast's castle. And they both fell over the edge. And they thought that Gaston had fallen to his death, and the beast. But the beast had caught like a side of the building, and he kind of was propped up, not all the way over, but he was like propped up, like catching his bearings because he had just gotten into this huge fight, right? He was resting there. And Belle comes over and sees him, and they're happy to see each other. And they kind of like, he rubs her face or she rubs his or something. And just in that moment when they weren't paying attention, Gaston came up because he wasn't all the way down, and he pierced the beast in his side with that sharp object. And it reminded me of that. And so when God was showing me the actual vision of that, he helped me to understand that the devil is very angry. And it reminded me that we have to stay very vigilant, because one thing about Satan is if he can't get you to do what he wants you to do or get you in the ways that he wants to get you in, he's going to start to fight dirty. And fighting dirty doesn't necessarily end with you. Fighting dirty could mean coming after your family, coming after your children, coming after your business. He's going to fight dirty when he is angry. But the fact that he is super angry makes me really happy, because that means, guess what, saints? We are doing something right. He is angry that more people are getting saved. He is angry that people are turning away from him and are turning to God. He's angry that we are walking in purpose. And he's angry that we are not afraid of him most. Because that's what he does. He comes to steal, kill, and destroy, but also to cause fear. He wants to plant fear in you so that you don't move, so that you stay stagnant, so that you are in the same place for the rest of your life, to where he can wear you down and make you do what he wants. But that was just a quick word that I wanted to give you guys and let you know to keep doing what you are doing. If you are a person who is walking in purpose, you are following God, being righteous, walking upright, keep doing what you are doing, because God just showed me today that the devil is very angry. But I love you guys, and that is it for this word. See you in the next one.